Welcome to Gails Garden Herbs and More. I told you I was going to take you on this journey with me. So I know what's wrong with me, and I'm going to tell you. And then I'm going to tell you what I'm doing about it. And I'm hoping that not only what I'm doing will help me, which some things already have in some respects, but maybe someone will get an idea about something that might help them. All I can do is tell you what I do, and then the rest of it's up to you. I can't tell you what to do. Okay, when I was in Kentucky, well, down through my life, I've had several doctors tell me that I have some problems with my heart. And for a few years in Kentucky, it was really bad. One doctor wouldn't let me leave his office, not even for somebody else to drive me, but made me go in an ambulance because he said I could have a stroke or heart attack at any time. That happened twice with two different doctors. I should have known better, but it had been doing so well for so long, and I guess I just didn't want to acknowledge it. But like I've had the pain some down my left arm, mostly up the back of my neck, and the back of my head is like feels tingling and like needles poking me, and tightness of around my chest, and I can feel my heart flip-flopping. It gets out of rhythm. There's nothing that I've had about every heart test in the world done, especially when I was in Kentucky. And there's nothing they can do. It has to do with the brain and the heart and the connection between the two. I had someone I worked with that I found out later had the same thing. They tried doing surgery and burning little thing into nerves on his heart and all kinds of things, and it didn't work. There was nothing. They were just experimenting because there's nothing that they can do. Okay, so it just seems like it's worse this time. Now, maybe because I had the COVID 6 months ago. I don't know. I thought maybe I was coming down with it again because of the stress, but it's not. So anyway, I hadn't been taking my hawthorn. Hawthorn, let me show you my hawthorn plant. This is the reason I got this plant, because I knew I had a heart problem. But it just been doing so good for so long, I just kind of ignored it, basically. This is my hawthorn, and it does have thorns on it. And I use the leaves, flowers, and berries. Most people just use the berries, but all of them are medicinal. I haven't been able to, I've used a few leaves off this, but it hasn't put out any berries yet. It's in this pot. Once I get situated up the hill, I may have someone dig me a hole and I'll plant it and maybe it'll do better. But hawthorn actually helps the condition that I have. I can't remember the exact name of it. The doctor told me, but anyway, I probably have it in some paperwork packed away somewhere. Hawthorn it does a lot of things. It's the top herb for health for your heart. But it helps to stabilize the rhythm. It's the exact herb that I need, and I just take it occasionally. I'm getting a lot more serious with it now because I've really been having major problems. So, but the problem with it is it takes a few weeks of taking it regularly before it kicks in. So, of course, you all know stress is something you must stay away from. Ha ha ha. Something that's almost impossible to stay away from. But you know something? I'm really not stressed now. I have had a calmness come over me, and that's another thing. Let me tell you, when it gets really bad and it starts really quivering and I'm feeling all those symptoms coming up, my daughter suggested putting a drop of lavender essential oil behind each ear, which I did, and within a few minutes it starts calming my heart right down. I didn't believe that would really work, but I tried it anyway. The reason I didn't think it would work is because lavender has never helped me sleep or anything like that I knew of. I just enjoyed it as a plant. Well, I am really impressed. I've used it in 2 major attacks, and it really did help calm it down. No, I'm not going to the doctor anymore. I've had enough tests and things done already. I'm done. I'm done with all of that. I will take care of it myself. And the Lord. And if he chooses to take me home, he chooses to take me home. My prayer is that he just does it. If he's going to take me home, maybe I'll fall asleep and wake up in his arms. If he's not, then I will use what he provides here to help it get better, and by his grace, I'll get through. The problem is it's very stressful what I'm doing, trying in a move. So I'm trying not to be stressed. And actually, I felt pretty calm. I'm drinking lemon balm. Just finished some lemon balm tea. I'm getting ready to make some more hawthorn tea. And let me show you a few things of what I'm doing. Oh, just as a side note, I picked my first cucumber. It was hiding from me. I didn't know I had any cucumbers. And it was humongous. I thought, well, it might not be any good. It's so big and starting to kind of turn white almost. But it was still firm and good. The ends were a little bit bitter. I cut them off, but the rest of it was delicious. I picked my first bell pepper today, a purple bell pepper, and more squash. Sorry for the mess. I've also been, like I said, I have stuff everywhere. Because I'm in the middle of sorting and packing and downsizing and also I'm putting bags of stuff into jars, and I've misplaced my bag of flaxseed wherever I put that, but I'm not stressing over it. It'll show up one of these days. Where it went to, I have no idea. It must have fell down behind something when I was busy doing something. Anyway, this is 2 different types of tulsi that I'm growing. And so I'm just running it through the water here in my salad spinner to wash it off, and I'm going to throw it in with some of my, let me show you over here. This is some hawthorn leaves and blossoms. There's a few little sticks in there too. I ordered all of that, and then I'm soaking in here the black Nigella sativa seeds and some hawthorn berries. And I've already poured some water off from this a couple times. So I should probably ground those seeds up now. And then I'll pour that in there too. And then I'm adding the tulsi. Tulsi is just all the way around so healing, so good for you, and it tastes good. It's also very good for the eyes. You should have it every day if you're older, so that everybody starts getting cataracts. Some just get it sooner than others when you get older. But sometimes things happen, like my mom used to work on the computer a lot on her job, and so she ended up getting cataracts really young in life. So I had them put a blue tint on my glasses to help against that from the computer screen, because I know what happened to my mom. That was before they had any protection when she was working on the old style computers. But anyway, what we call old style. Yeah, it's really good for your eyes. It's also very de-stressing, which I need. And so I'm going to put my tulsi in with my hawthorn. There's not been anything else done up on the property other than the people came to look at the well, and it probably needs to be drilled more, and I don't know if any of us have the money to do that. So I don't know what I'm going to do about the water, but like I said, I can't stress. I'm just saying, here, Lord, I give it to you. And when I get up there, I'll get up there, and I don't know what I'm going to do. There's a tiny bit of water. It's just, we have to be super careful and use our dishwasher water to flush with, or not dishwasher, but when we're washing dishes, and just be really, really careful type of stuff. I can't stress, though. I don't know if I showed you all this. I had pulled up all my garlic early. I've used a bunch of it already. I thought I was going to get to go sooner than I am, but other people are busy and they're not able to get up there, and nobody's working on getting the pad done, and so on and so forth. So I'm just taking my time and doing what I can do. And if I want to make it, I cannot stress at all. So I'm getting that frame of mind. I'm just, so what? What will be, will be. Anyway, I used a lot of this. I cut it up and put in some butter that's been really good. Fresh garlic chopped up in butter is awesome. I've put it in dishes I've made. It was early. They didn't get fully developed as big as they should have got, but I didn't want to leave them here. So, yeah. Guys, I'm going to try to bring this to a close, but, I think of someone I knew in Kentucky that was diagnosed with cancer and was dying, and he totally changed. He had been a believer, but just nonchalantly, like most people, I think, When you know that you have something that you could go at any minute and go on to be with the Lord, you start really seeking the Lord's face seriously. And I usually have most of my life anyway. I've tried, but I've failed so many times in so many areas. But I'm tired of failing. I don't know how much time I have left. Maybe He'll grant me, I might live to be an old lady. Who knows? You just don't know. My heart had settled down and was real good for several years, but it's really rough right now. Anyway, but that's okay. I want to show you the things that I'm doing to combat it. Look at my dahlias, red, and these two are supposed to be yellow. But look at that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? It's got quite a bit. It's got the red and yellow this year. That is so pretty. This is the one I got the big cucumber out of, but it used to have partial shade from all the blackberry vines and bushes and different things, and it has no shade now, and it's looking really rough, and this is a really good strain of cucumbers. I've told you about it in some of my other videos. So I'm afraid to try to pull this over into the shade. I don't want to stress my body, but I may just pull a little bit every few minutes or something. I've got to get it out of this sun. I'm trying to think of ways to continue to do what I can, but not overdo it. Yeah. So, yeah, it's been up in the hundreds. And thankfully, we've had electricity, and I've been able to keep the AC going. I've gotten tons of blossoms off from this, and now there's many I didn't get to, and I think they're going to try to turn into berries. Last year when I let some do that, the birds got them all. I came out to check on my berries. I was watching them turn. I came out and they were all gone. The birds are smart. But anyway, I'm going to I wanted to say, when back to what I was talking about, you start really seeking God's face and how He works and how He'll communicate with you. And we have His Word, and that's mainly, but we do walk by faith. He's not just going to stand in front of us and talk to us. But He does give us reassurances through different things sometimes. But then, I don't know, I think He's with us in a different way than what we realize. I'm coming more and more to feel a softness towards people and not a hatred. When someone does me wrong, sort of thing, I just want to cry right now. I want to say, they're human. They're going to sin. Have I been perfect all my life? No, I've done some bad things. What seems really bad to me, and they are bad. They're bad before the Lord. I've not been what I should be all the time, and that's the thing I wanted to do the most in life. And you just learn to love. When you're down facing eternity, literally, you come to the understanding God is love, and I want that love, and He gives it to you when you seek it. And I harbor no ill feelings. There may be times something pops up, but I just give it to God and go on. And overall, I've never been a real hateful person anyway. I've always tried to. I don't like hurting people or being mean, but even more so now, I just want to love. Sometimes some people, that's not so easy to do, but because they make it that way, it's like it's their thing in life to be mean and contrary. I see that online a lot. People will, instead of thinking of something encouraging to say, sometimes they just have to say something hateful. I never want to be like that. I never want to be like that. But anyway, I'm going to quit rattling on here. I wanted to let you know what's going on, and I'm going to have to call my sister and tell her what's going on before I upload this, or she's going to see my video and say, "What? You didn't tell me that." But I'm kind of dreading it. because, well, just because. Anyway, I'm going to let you all go, and we will catch you next time. Give me a thumbs up if you would. I just pray God's blessings on you all. Seek His face. Seek His face. Bye now.